There are so many beautiful shrubs, and summer is their time to shine. So I think the spring bloomers have better fragrance, but they're not as bright. They're not as large. I think the summer blooming shrubs have brighter colors, and we start with crepe myrtles. Well, butterfly bush, potentia. Well, there's a whole series of them that are just spectacular. I thought I'd give you just a quick list of which ones are probably the best you'll see now. So in spring, we just don't even have crepe myrtle. They're kind of late to come out. They like summer. They leaf out a little later, so they're not really leafed until sometime in May. And then right after they put their foliage on, they start setting flowers and they bloom the rest of summer. They love everything about summer. So crepe myrtles. Now, if you're from the South, you grow them as trees. Here, we don't grow crepe myrtles as trees. They're mainly large shrubs. They'll get up easily, head height, maybe a little bit taller, but every once in a while, winter kind of resets them and it kind of dwarfs them a bit. So they never grow into really big trees. I wish they would, or they'd come up with a variety, but boy, if you want bright, just like pure white, like brighter than printer paper white. Just like bridal white and then add some sunshine. That's crepe myrtle white. Pinks that are fluorescent, they almost glow at night. Purples that are just royal and rich. These are crepe myrtles. Reds that are the brightest. Hummingbirds are going to love you. Another one that's sort of in that same companion plants, butterfly bush. Now, we're famous for butterfly bush. Other parts of the country, they get a bad rap. The snow beats them up. Things happen. They get too big. They get diseased. Here, none of that happens. This is their place. They love growing here better than they do in Iowa, better than they do in California, better than they do anywhere else. They love growing here in the mountains of Arizona. They love this elevation, the sunshine, and we are on the migratory path of monarchs with butterflies, basically. Butterflies, you will attract more butterflies by having a butterfly bush or 2 or 3 in the yard. Now, there's different sizes. So there's the big standard one your grandparents grew. They're 10, 12, 15 feet tall. They're huge. Again, this is their place. They love growing here in the mountains of Arizona. But there's also a whole series of dwarfed ones. So we've got a little not ankle high, maybe knee high, just below knee high. So kind of a spreading butterfly bush. I like the medium size. I just planted a red one in my yard. So just off the patio, I want to bring more butterflies closer to where we enjoy the sunsets. Butterflies are just like magic. So I put in a little, a red dwarfed butterfly bush and only get 4 or 5 feet, kind of just above hip high. Easy to maintain. Same flower, same great big long 6-inch pinnacle flower that butterflies love, but the tree itself, the shrub, is shorter. Another one, a lot of folks from tropical, the Californias, Hawaii's, the desert folks, Palm Springs, you've got Phoenix, Tucson. You love your hibiscus. I want a big old hibiscus. I want a flower the size of my wife's head. That's what I want. I want it now. Well, sorry, you can't have that. It doesn't grow up here. But there's a cousin to that called Rose of Sharon, which is a hibiscus. The flower only gets maybe 6 inches across instead of bigger than your hand. But it makes up for it just sheer quantity. Just hundreds of flowers. And they come in a single flower, a double ruffled. They've got blue and pink and white and blue, variegated. There's a lot of choice. It is a stunning shrub of summer. It doesn't like spring. It's going to leaf out a little later. But boy, when it gets warm out, they just start setting buds. I've literally had Rose of Sharon that had so many bud flowers on it that the plant, I had to stake it. It fell over. It had so much weight of flowers. It's that stunning. It's crazy. They do grow well here. One that I think is kind of forgotten sometimes only because it's pint-sized. It gets knee-high, kind of ball-shaped. It's called a potentia or potentella, if you're in the Midwest, so 2 L's. Potentia. It is just a sun-loving, bask in the heat, starts blooming sometime the end of April through October. It's an amazing long bloom cycle. Nothing bothers it. It'll take on heat, take a blow dryer to it, then kick dirt at it, curse at it. It will keep blooming. Potentia has a yellow flower about the size of a quarter, and it's loaded with dozens of flowers all the time. Loves the sun, loves growing up here. A companion plant to that would be salvia or autumn sage, salvia gregii. What are some others? Cotoneaster loves growing side by side. So these are heat loving. The native one, Oregon grape or Mahonia. It's a native, looks like a holly, but it has yellow flowers on it. It just loves the heat of summer. And so it just takes whatever we give it. There's a lot of great choices. If you need some more color in your yard while you're out there entertaining, you're sipping iced tea with friends and neighbors, you should have some color and fragrance out there. Now is a great time to plant a new summer blooming shrub in your backyard. It'll make a difference and it will make you happy. Okay, be right back right after this.